This was one of the most powerful images of the January protests in Kazakhstan. A statue of Nursultan Nazarbaev, the former president, is pulled to the ground by protesters. Nazarbaev ruled the country for nearly 30 years before handing the presidency to his successor in 2019. This moment suggested that the protests sweeping the country were driven by deep underlying frustration with how the country was run.
Kızlar da jür, әйелдер де jür, жастар да jür, үлкен адамдар да jür ішінде, неше түрлі. Олардың ешқайсының қолына мен қару, я болмаса жаңағы бір үйтейік, бүйтейік деген бір дауыстарды естіген жоқпын. Ондай болған жоқ.
The protests began peacefully in Zhanaozen in western Kazakhstan on January the 2nd, prompted by a big jump in fuel prices. As demonstrations quickly broke out in other Kazakh cities, a group of people gathered in the town of Taldyqorghan on January the 4th. They filmed this video in support of protesters in Zhanaozen. The authorities responded with a wave of detentions. Reports say 89 people were arrested. But this led to bigger demonstrations led by family members of people who were in custody.
Халықты жинамас үшін қазір босатып жіберіңіздер. Содан кейін саласыздар, штрафтарыңызды саласыздар ма, жоқ әлде қамайсыздар ма, әкімшілік жазаға тартасыздар ма, өздеріңіз білесіздер. Бірақ қазір мына жерге толпа создавать етпеңіздер деп ескерттім, айттым, солай қайтарып жіберіңіздер, Құдай үшін мына жағдай шиеленіспесін. Жоқ, ол кісілер тыңдаған жоқ. Ұстап отырды, кешке жақын сағат 8-дерге тамамы, бірақ босатты ғой деймін. Ол кезде уже халық деген көп, жан-жақтан жиналған, бәрі мына жерде айғай-шу болды.
5 января 21 год.
On the following day, January the 5th, troops and military vehicles were seen in the town centre. This YouTube video captures what happened next.
15:04, и вот так вот выстроились солдаты с щитами около здания. Ох, ё-моё, что это было, блин? О, бля, что за хуйня?
The troops were trying to suppress the protest, but the crowd was too large. The regional governor, Qanat Bozumbaev, failed to calm the protesters and made them even angrier when he started swearing at them. Later that evening, the statue was toppled. Then the building of the regional governor was set on fire and Nazarbaev's statue was hanged on its entrance.
Халық ол кісінің ескерткішін құласа, яғни ол кісінің жаңағыдай іс-әрекетіне, қазіргі басқарып жатқан жүйесіне қарсы деп ойлаймын, сондықтан құлатты деп ойлаймын.
The centre of Taldyqorghan now looks like a war zone. The Kazakh authorities have blamed the protests on foreign terrorists, but presented no evidence for this. They have said that order has been restored, but this has not been done peacefully. On January the 7th, 2 days after the statue was toppled, Nazarbaev's hand-picked successor as president, Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, gave a chilling televised address.
Правоохранительным органам и армии мною дан приказ открывать огонь на поражение без предупреждения.
This family of 3 was shot dead while driving in their car in Taldyqorghan the day after Tokayev announced his order. This was their funeral. They were named as Bolat, Altinay and their 15-year-old daughter, Nuray. The family was shot dead by military personnel at around 8 p.m. The victims' relatives received an official letter from the Taldyqorghan Military Police Department saying they're investigating elements of crime in the actions of the military personnel, although it also claimed the family were violating a curfew. But state media reports indicated that a curfew was only introduced in Taldyqorghan the day after the killings. This is Laura Nurgalieva. Also on January the 8th, she was travelling in this car with her husband, Qanat Nurgaliev. She says security forces opened fire, killing him instantly.
ешқандай блокпост жоқ, ескерту жоқ, ешқандай ескерту жоқ, ескертілмеген. Или хотя бы рациямен айғайлап жаңағы ескертпейді ғой, ескертілмеген, онда ескерту мүлде жоқ.
It's not clear how many people were killed by security forces in Taldyqorghan. Officials in the city declined to comment for this report. Nationwide, official figures say 225 people were killed.